What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Who are you people?
You people.
What do you mean, you people?
But yeah, like I was saying, I have a hard time being pro Juggalo.
Yeah.
Like there's very few instances of a Juggalo that are worth being around, in my opinion.
Yeah, no. I mean, growing up in New Hampshire, we didn't really have them. Like, people would be juggalos until they're old enough to vote, and they realized this is stupid, and they stopped being it.
Oh, dude, Denver has the Denver metropolitan area has the highest number of Juggalos per capita in any city in the country.
Even more than Detroit.
Yeah, oh, by far.
Wow. And that's like the mecca of that shit, because they're from
Yeah.
there. Wow.
They're from like 10 Mile or something stupid.
Not 8 Mile, as made
no.
famous.
But yeah, like, while I am not for the Juggalos, like, they got fucked by the federal government. Like,
But like, what Juggalos? They came from that group, right?
yeah, ICP. They're the fans of the Insane Clown Posse.
And the entire, like, atmosphere that they've created. Because it's deeper than just being a fan of theirs. It's like,
Oh
of
yeah,
the scene.
there's a scene. There's like 2 record labels. There's probably like 15 groups that fall under that umbrella now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it on like social media, but it's not some black shit, so I don't really know about it. I've just seen it. You know what I'm saying?
I've known 3 black Juggalos, and probably like
Well, you always gonna
75 to 100 white Juggalos.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
There's a
That's what
very
it is.
small minority.
What's his face? Tech Nine is like an ally with them, right? Like, yeah.
he was.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know. Like, basically, I learned all of the history behind it because I was working at a pizza place that was run by 2 Juggalos, and I was like, "What is all this shit?" So, like, I did the homework, and then I don't remember what year it is. I'm sure James could Google it if he was really cared. But like, I know that at one point the federal government stepped in and they classified all Juggalos as a hybrid gang. And so now they can like, I know a kid that lives out in Golden got pulled over for having a Hatchet Man tattoo, and now he's on gang file on a federal level.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
They just
Like, there's stories of like
they put you under
kids
that-
losing or people losing the custody of their kids and shit because they're considered violent gang members and shit.
because they don't understand. They have laws that take away your rights to where they can do what the fuck they want to do to you,
Yeah.
and that's just pretty much. What they
But
do.
Juggalos are mostly poor, uneducated white people. That's just the dynamic of it. Like, rich white people don't give a fuck about that shit.
Yeah. No, God.
Educated people don't bother to listen to that kind of nonsense. It's just like, it's a thing that's aimed at like poor white people. And so if the federal government can find another reason to lock up poor white people, they're going to do it.
They had one of the funniest. They were at Woodstock '99. You were there, right? You were.
I
yeah.
was at Woodstock 99.
Here's the fun. I watched it on TV because it's a long story. But anyway, they had a thing where they had a fake cop come out and they're like, all right, you know, and then they power bomb him through a table. Well, here's the funny thing about 2 hours later when the Red Hot Chili Peppers were up and there was a real problem when there was fires and shit breaking out, an actual cop came on stage and they started booing him because they thought that he was going to get power bombed through a fucking table. And that's what, you know, it's because, yeah.
That's what I love about. That's what I love about white fans. White fans are loyal to the motherfuckers they follow, Joe. They be motherfucking making coats after these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They go to war for the motherfuckers. Like, especially in rock groups.
Yeah.
Well, ICP, I have a comment on what you just said, but ICP did something else interesting at Woodstock 99. They put beach balls out into the crowd and like duct tape like $100 bills to it because that won't start a riot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm way back watching ICP. I'm like, motherfuckers are gonna get killed going after these fucking things. But you're right. There is something about that, but I don't think that's any different. I feel like black culture is the exact same way to a certain degree.
You know what?
No, you can't argue it because if I hear that Tupac is the greatest one more time, I'm going to lose my shit.
No, we throw our people away. Like, they don't have, like, rock groups are still, these motherfuckers still got the same followings they had when they were big. Like, these motherfuckers, they follow you till you dead. Like, niggas just, I don't know what it is. Like, our celebrities or our people of music, they get old and we just be like, whatever.
But
They'll have a small following that will diminish over time, but it's like they, like, rock groups and shit like that, they just keep that fucking following. And it's like their parents bring their children into it. Now their children are going to these concerts and shit too. Because I ride with a lot of white people, and they know these old ass rock groups because their parents, shit like that.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but I think that's a fundamental difference because hip hop acts generally, with a couple exceptions, Jay-Z being a big exception, most of them hit like 35, 40, and now I'm producer. Like I don't hit the mic anymore.
Dr. Dre.
A lot of them just do that. Like they all look at like spitting rhymes is a young man's game. Like they say that all the time, and it's just like
Well, you
nobody
know what
wants
it
to
is?
hear their
Let
grandfather
me tell you
rap.
something.
I think was an
Hey,
Eminem
but that-
line at one point.
But that's because niggas don't like change. Niggas don't like change. So it's like when you like look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z tried to switch it to like a grown man thing, which I think they all. I hate to see the old. I hate Juvenile's finna come out with a new record, and he talk about the same shit. I'm like, nigga, you old. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't make no sense. It looks terrible. So I like what Jay-Z did, and everybody like, man, fuck you, Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Talk about fucking bitches and you know what I'm saying, selling dope and shit. That's what you want. Then when it's like you can't. It's so hard to cross over in a black audience and keep your black audience. That's why a lot of motherfuckers be up to like, well, this person don't fuck with niggas no more. It's because I got to cross over. If I'm on real money, I got to cross over to the white people. Because I can't take you with me because you don't like change. So when I cross over, oh, I'm a coon. I didn't turn my back on you because now I'm doing dumb shit to try to assimilate amongst the rest of the culture.
Yeah, I get that. I think I agree with that, but it's only true of hip hop. It's not true of R&B, because R&B still pulls that crowd. Like honestly,
Yeah,
Isley
he's
Brothers
got a point. He's
Isley
got a
Brothers
point.
throw
Not
up
like
a
that,
new
though.
tour.
Not like that,
Come
though,
on, you're
man.
bringing your kids to that shit.
Not like that though, man. Like they can still tour and make money, but it's not as big as like rock and shit, man. Them motherfuckers
No, that's true.
down and shit.
They're not doing arena
It's
shows.
not that to that magnitude, you know.
All right. Well, I think we'll just work through headlines unless anybody else has anything they really want to dive into.
I think I broke a woman.
Did you?
Let me
I
ask
know
you-
you got
physically or mentally.
Let me
No,
talk to
it's-
James. I want to talk to James actually. Are you still with that woman?
with
That the one you was with when I was on the show.
yeah, 13 going on 14 years.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I
Why?
was just gonna ask because you was so you know what I'm saying amazed with her when I was there last time. I just want to see if it was still going.
Oh yeah, no, we've
Okay.
been together. One of these nights we'll dive back down that rabbit hole. Right now is not the time.
She drive your ass crazy. Come on, what's up?
No, no. I went and had lunch with an ex of mine today, and I know we're trying to be friendly and shit.
The C bomb.
Yeah, the C bomb.
Okay.
And she,
Boy, you just stay making bad decisions, don't you?
I know. Yeah, I love him. It's what I do. And
He is great at making bad
I'm
decisions.
fucking. I walk right into bear traps all the fucking time.
Dude, he's like a Michelangelo of bad decisions.
And she mentioned something about being asexual now, and I was like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't really like having sex anymore at all." And I was like, "Wait, is that my fault? Did I break you? I felt like I did this to you." And she's like, "Well, no." I'm like, "Well, I'm probably one of the last guys to."
Stop being like that,
Probably
man.
one of the last.
I hate how.
I'm not bragging. I just
No, motherfucker, you ain't brag. You being self conscious. Are you trying to say your sex was so bad that she don't want to?
No, it was not bad.
Oh,
Ooh,
you
it
fucked
was.
shit out of. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
talking about
No, I'm not trying. This
Oh,
is not
okay.
self-deprecating.
Oh, you beat shit up.
Yeah.
You gotta say that, man.
That's why we call him Jake the Hammer.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I told you this motherfucker probably got a 10-inch dick. A little weird motherfucker, man. A little weird retarded motherfucker. Take off his pants.
I'm the guy like in a porno where you're like, why is he here? And then I take
Yeah.
my pants off and you're like, oh, that makes sense.
yeah, exactly. This motherfucker, little weird body motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you got to get familiar. We gave Hamill the soundboard
Yeah, I'm trying to get familiar
going
with it.
forward.
Yeah.
The first two columns on your right are your happy land, and your favorite ones down near the bottom.
Here's my impression of running this board. All right.
Are we on? Are
Give
we
a
on?
white kid buttons. and they
It's-
just go
it's
nuts,
over.
man.
So, yeah, this, huh?
All right, so first headline: a controversial bill would allow chemical castration of sex offenders in Oklahoma.
Ooh, is that forced or like can you decide to be chemically castrated if you're a sex offender?
I get the impression that that's not a decision the offender gets to make.
They do in
talk
some
about this a lot.
states. Some states will be like, you can either like go through this process or you can opt for chemical castration.
At one point, is chemical castration the lesser of two evils?
I have seen a couple of things. What
It
was it?
depends on what your options are. Like, if you can be a free man, but you just don't get erections anymore, or you're going to spend the rest of your life foreseeably in prison, like, I'd rather be a free man that couldn't get a hard on than be in a fucking jail cell for sure.
But they did that shit to fucking Alan Turing, and he fucking killed himself like a year and a half later.
Because there was a guy I saw who was like, he was in prison for a while for doing that shit, and they actually offered it to him, and he jumped at the opportunity. Like, yeah, totally, I want to do this. I mean, they're unfixable people. They really are. I mean, they're fucked. Their wiring's all fucked up.
You're saying their perv switch went off so hard that there was no bringing it back.
No, yeah, and it's dialed so.
I mean, once you hit a point that you're fucking kids, I feel like your perv switch was broke off in the on position.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't
the
see.
motherfuckers be fucking like babies and shit.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, man.
But what if they're super adorable?
Oh my god.
I mean,
it's always the white dude want to fuck with a kid.
The number one cause of pedophilia is sexy children.
Oh god.
Always white
I
dudes.
feel like it's like
White dudes always fucking kids, man. You know, motherfuckers.
Dude, I go to the Colfax bus stop right by East High School, and you're there by lunchtime. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, you were saying?
yeah, but that's like a 17-year-old, like at worst
They
a
could be-
15-year-old.
14.
I like how he knows.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just aware.
Yeah.
And every once
then
in a while,
that's-
you get the one with the big brain that got in there at 10.
Look at the big brain on.
I just.
All right, we're
I
done.
keep waiting for James to be like, one day, to be like, you know what the worst part about fucking vegetables is? Putting them back in a wheelchair when you're done.
Bump.
I wouldn't do that because, well, maybe I would because the sounds they make.
Motherfuckers a creep, man.
I get.
White dudes creeps, man. Motherfuckers creep. Like I'm a creep, but y'all just you motherfuckers just take creeps too far.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
So, I mean, I don't know. Are we in agreement that fucking chemical castration is a good idea? I
Okay.
don't think it's.
Dude, I
any
think
I don't
if you're a sex offender,
Yeah.
yeah, like if you did anything besides like peeing in public, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also like let's say you're a 19-year-old and you're dating a 17-year-old, which is very possible in high school.
done it.
I'm just saying, like, you don't want those guys getting
Exactly. That's
castrated.
the thing. Where do you make
Yeah,
that
where-
line at?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there's the blatant ones, obviously, that you want.
And you know how these motherfuckers are. They just run with shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker get pissing. Like there's been cases to where like a dude will be pissing in the alley.
Yeah.
Family walk past, his kid sees it, sex offender.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. And motherfuckers will try to push to get this motherfucker killed and castrated because people are crazy.
Yeah.
And that's a Denver law. That's not nationwide.
It does exist in other cities.
It does, but it's a city by city, and I didn't know that was the case until I had to bail a former member of a podcast out of jail. That other people were going up and pleading. It's like you pee behind a dumpster, now you got to register. It's like what?
Yeah.
For peeing? Fuck that. It's not like he was jacking off behind a dumpster. That I could understand. It'd be like, oh, big delicious
and
cock.
I would like
mean,
to say that 60% of female sexual offenders do not have to register. They do not register because they don't make them.
the females.
Yep. Because I don't think people know. I think
'cause
it's
it's
been
sexy.
over like 50 women this year or last year that got caught like fucking kids out of school. Because it's always the women.
Oh yeah.
It's always it's a dude in there sprinkled in there every now and again, but it's mostly women.
And that's why they get paid $1 an hour less.
Oh, see, this is my Get the fuck out. I go ring that bell, man.
Oh, that was good.
Oh yeah, wait, the bell's on camera now.
And they don't get paid less either. I talked to 3 heads of HRs, all women, 83 years of experience between the 3 of them, and they said that a big reason why women don't make as much, first of all, they leave the workplace a lot more to have kids. The stress of the workplace just drives them away. It is what it is. Some a huge number. I can't remember the exact statistic they gave me, but of women don't negotiate for their salaries. They said men negotiate for their salaries up. Said women just take whatever you give them. They don't come in there. They don't negotiate. And then there was another one. It was some other shit. But shit, Jay was just saying, like, it's the reason why things are. They're like, you can't bring two motherfuckers in, pay this motherfucker this, pay this motherfucker that. You can go to jail for that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, over time, if this person does things to get up higher than you, and that's what we're basing the average off of, then, yeah, it's going to seem skewed. But, like, not coming in, we're not going to pay this motherfucker this because she's a woman, and this person a dude, we going to pay him more, $1.50, whatever, more because he's a dude. Like, that's not how it works.
No, you look like you want to say something, James.
I was going to say something else grossly inappropriate.
What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you, man?
All right, Nick. What did? Okay.
All right. I hope you guys heard about this because
Yeah.
they went away as fast as it came around, which was Doritos lady-friendly chips are making people unladylike with rage.
People get tipped.
You know,
What in the fuck is a Doritos ladylike chip?
No, because you know what this is. This is an old white dude. Somebody that got a lot of pool in Doritos. He's like, you know what I hate about these goddamn women? I sure do hate when they make noise when they eat chips. This is an old white man's idea, man. Come on, man.
They have a woman CEO. A woman CEO approved this.
Sure,
That is
okay.
retarded.
It was an old white dude. Whoever she answers to, like, you know, I do declare.
I do
He goes out looking like Colonel Sanders with a hat shit. He not, how you doing, evening, ma'am? that's dude. I'm telling you, man.
It was a Leo and fucking
Lady
Django.
friendly. That's the white dudes. I'm telling you, white dudes want this shit to be 1943 again, man.
White dudes that wear all white suits. decided
Yeah, God. With one of those like weird bow ties. It's not really a bow tie. It's like a
The little tassel thing.
bolo tie.
Evening there.
But I assume you're familiar with the story, Bear, because did you hear their reasoning behind this? It was kind of close to what you're saying.
Like it's a smaller chip. It has less flavoring on it, so you don't have to like lick it off your fingers.
And it doesn't crunch because they said that women do not like it when they make too much noise eating. So they wanted to create a thing where, because women will not eat chips in public, they'll eat them at home. So they wanted a chip that they could fucking just plow into their face at like a Super Bowl party.
That's an old white dude, man. You know what I do miss? The lady folks out in public eating their chips. I haven't seen that in so long. I'm telling you, this is an old Colonel Sanders ass white dude. They got some fucking pool. This is his idea, and couldn't nobody tell him no because they didn't want to be fired. He's just like, well, we can't tell what the he like, dude, you know he doing 2018, right? lady friendly chips. I don't even, dude. I've just been laughing at shit lately. Shit has been hilarious.
It's been
Oh my God.
I keep forgetting, like, we're so hung up on the lady friendly part that I keep forgetting that people are enraged about this dumb shit. How dare you offer a sexist potato chip? Like, what the fuck, dude?
And people's outrage is
That's
it's
white
hilarious.
women. That's white women.
How dare you tell him?
Maybe I like to lick the flavoring off my fingers, sir.
The crunch makes me feel powerful. I'm telling you, man. Oh, that shit is hilarious, man. I'm telling you, everything I look at now, I'm just like, dude, this shit is funny when you really think about it. I'm like, Donald Trump is a Looney Tune, man. That dude, he a cartoon character. That dude's hair is not cartoonishly funny. He's orange. He is legitimately orange. That's not funny. That's not cartoonishly. He just asked for a parade from the military, and he didn't do shit. That's not cartoon villain shit right there, man. These motherfuckers are Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa.
is now white.
He a white,
Where's that picture you posted?
he a
'Cause
white
that's the
dude's
fucking
gardener.
Craziest shit
He's
I
a
ever
white
seen.
dude's gardener.
He's a white dude's gardener. That's a Looney Tune, man.
Like,
Caitlyn Jenner, fucking Looney Tune.
For
this
sure.
is a transgendered person that doesn't believe in gay marriage. That's Looney Tune-ish. That is cartoonish, man.
she called herself a traditionalist.
I'm like,
What
That's
the-
Sammy Sosa.
oh, look at this motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
What?
It,
These
I don't know who Sammy Sosa is, but that picture is amazing.
yeah. It looks like he's going to the Grizzly Rose for
No. It looks like he just came over the border.
We are in a goddamn sitcom, man. I swear to God, dude. Look at this
That's
motherfucker.
what he's supposed to look like.
Look at Sammy Sosa.
Yeah.
Here's here before, during, and after.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ. He looks like fucking
No.
Dick. He looks like a Dick like
He's
Dick
got
Clark.
that Michael Jackson disease.
Yeah.
No.
Vitiligo.
Oh, no, come on, man. We in a sitcom. These dudes are Looney Tunes, man.
This is great.
He also looks like he somehow contracted Down syndrome somewhere along the line.
Oh,
I like how he's dressed to go to a quinceanera, but in Texas.
you know what you? This is a good way to get kids off of steroids. But you want to end up like this guy? Look at this guy.
Oh, my God, man. This shit is crazy. This shit's so funny, man. I can't even be mad. No
By the
more.
way, number
I
5.
like how there's a physical gap between him and I'm assuming his wife.
Is there?
There's no
Dude,
fucking way.
the only place there is body contact is right there. You can see right there
Yeah.
from her hips through behind.
Wow. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Is that
He
his
is
hand?
standing behind her arm, dude. Like, look at that. It's
Where is his
that's
left
his
arm?
jeans. It's behind his back.
Oh, you're right. I think it is.
He's not. Yeah. So he's
Dude, the only thing that's touching is like her arm.
Yeah.
That's it. She's like, oh, get off of me, you fucking muppet.
Man, oh, this shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. What the fuck is wrong with people, man?
Medical nightmare. Woman is suing her hospital after a surgeon accidentally left his arm inside her.
What? How do you even pull that off?
Oh God, I'm praying that he was like doing some kind of surgery, and then just like he's like, oh, she's out. And
Wait, come on.
how do you leave an arm inside someone? There's only 2 orifices that like that'll fit.
We in a fucking sitcom, man. That's not Looney Tunes shit right there. That's not some Looney Tunes shit right there. I swear to God.
Because it's not like the arm is still attached to him. It's got to be. He's a surgeon. They're not going to let a one-armed man perform a surgery.
That's stupid, man.
How do you like? Did he sew it up and then get to the point where his arm was there? He's like, oh, whoops,
Right, like he painted himself into the corner.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all legitimately trying to figure this shit out, but it don't make no sense. It's a
No.
Looney Tune.
It's just fucking.
It's a fucking Looney Tune, man.
I mean, God damn.
He probably
man.
found out 36 hours later after he got home and couldn't wipe his ass or some shit. Some crazy dumbass story to go along with it.
He gets it like, where are my keys? Was feeling like, oh fuck, where'd they go?
No, I think she woke up and he was still fisting her.
Yeah, the ghost of his. Like it's idle hands in real life.
Oh, it's fucking Looney Tunes, man. Hey, Looney Tunes.
I like how Hamill points at the screen like, what's
All
that,
right.
guys?
Before I read this one out loud, did anybody other than Hamill hear or read what Quincy Jones said in the last week or so in his interview?
Some of it.
I read some of it. I didn't read it all.
I
just read the big stuff. I heard it was a really good interview, but everybody took the few things that was kind of crazy and
Dude,
ran
there
with
were
it.
some fucking bombs in there.
Yeah.
Now, the headline here is Quincy Jones calls the Beatles the worst musicians in the world, and then he went on to describe why.
Yeah.
Focusing primarily on Ringo.
Which I believe, dude, he's the luckiest man on planet Earth. Think about it. You know what I mean?
Ringo?
Yeah, fuck yeah. He's got enough talent to like be okay, but like he was on like one of the most popular. Like they changed everything. You know, he just happened to be there. Like he was so easily fucking replaceable. Anybody could have done. Like,
Well, and they did.
yeah,
That was like what Quincy Jones said is like, yeah, he left and then they recorded with a studio drummer and then Ringo came back and they were like, let's listen back to it. And Ringo's like, I sounded pretty good. And it's like, wasn't you, motherfucker, but
yeah,
they didn't tell that story till 20, 30, 50 years later.
yeah.
What else did Quincy Jones talk about? Like people.
Pryor Brando.
Pryor Brando.
And
that
it-
has been confirmed by Pryor's daughter,
No,
right?
wife. The
Wife.
daughter's
The
the daughter
went
said.
against it.
Yeah.
She was trying to go against it, but I mean that's kid. Kid ain't gonna want to believe that they father was like that.
Yeah.
But the wife came out like, yeah, dude, motherfuckers need to understand. Just from what I've seen when I watch this shit, the culture of Hollywood is drugs and sex. The motherfuckers be fucking everybody. It ain't even shit to them no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Who gives a fuck? Because it was all about like Paul Mooney. They was like Paul Mooney was, you know what I'm saying, bisexual fucking motherfuckers. Motherfucking Eddie Murphy got called transsexual. It is what it is. It's just what Hollywood is. And everybody says that shit. They say they have parties to find out who gonna go. When you getting into the industry and you getting big, you getting up there, they have parties to where they have these executives that's what they into, fucking dudes. And they bring you to these parties and they offer you deals. They have you go in this room. And this is from like podcasts and shit on like, and they like, hey, you come out that room with the deal, you did what it took to get the deal. You come out the room and you get scored out, you just wasn't on that shit.
Wow.
I'm gonna focus the camera on either Hamill or Armstrong because I don't want it to be on the screen at the moment because that's Marlon Brando.
Oh man.
At least the white portion of that photo
Oh.
is Marlon Brando.
Who's the black person? Is that-
There's a lot of thoughts on who that might be, but that's a legit picture. It's been around for a while.
what the fuck?
It was Pryor.
It was Pryor. Okay. Whew.
Should that just be our new show logo?
Yeah.
Hell no.
You don't want white men sucking black dick to be our logo?
No.
No, he's like,
Racist motherfucker.
Not that black dick. Let me pick the black dick he's sucking. Goddamn.
I mean, James can Photoshop a better dick into your preference.
I wanted to be real, goddamn. We can get some shit off of goddamn Pornhub.
what?
New app will allow someone nearby to claim your leftover food.
What? Why?
Oh my!
I get it. I
I don't
get it.
have any
I
leftover
get it.
food.
I get it. I get it.
You do? Why? Like how?
I mean, motherfuckers, we throw away, I forgot how many millions of tons of food a year in America. So I get it. And there's a lot of motherfuckers that's hungry. So I get that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stop. I'm trying to figure out a new way to think because, yeah, you like, that's what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that's Western civilization thinking. We not thinking for the betterment of everybody. If I'm eating and I'm not going to finish my shit and another motherfucker willing to come in and take it and eat the shit. You know, but the thing about it is that everything becomes a legal issue. Now, if I eat something and it makes me sick, now I can sue you. Because I used to work for the Walgreens factory. We used to throw away fucking bins of just food, untouched food, every fucking day because it had like a warehouse life. And if it stayed in the warehouse past that, you had to throw it away because then it affected the shelf life, which is what's in the store and shit. So we would throw away. We was throwing away cases of fucking water. And I'm like, why the fuck don't, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck don't we get this shit or do something with it, right? And there's like, well, we used to take it and sell it back to the employees for like 75% off. And then employees was getting it and then trying to go back to the store and sell it for full price, get shit off of it. So it's always a lot of programs come around, but motherfuckers be so underhanded with it, they have to change it to where it just becomes some bullshit to where you can't even utilize it anymore because people try to get over on it so much. They're like, well, fuck y'all then. We tried to help.
Yeah.
Interesting. You learn.
Interesting fact. You wouldn't think that water could have an expiration date.
No, it does.
Do you know why?
Why?
The
Is it
bottle.
The bottle, yeah. It's
Because the
decomposing.
bottle is only good holding water for that long before it starts to leach
Break
its
down.
awful chemicals into the water. It's the bottle that expires. You will find that glass bottle water, not an expiration date unless it's carbonated or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Just random shit you learn because you're like, how the fuck does water have an expiration date? Like,
But the thing about it is that this is the fucked up part about it. It was just a warehouse date because everything is systematic. So it's like, if we don't get out of here by this day, then it's gonna have this much shelf life. It's gonna throw off something. So it's like, well, we need to get out of here by now. If we don't, it gotta go out. We gotta get it out of here. So that shit may not even go bad for maybe 2-3 weeks, a month. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But it's just they need to get it out the warehouse.
Yeah.
instead of giving it to the people because of a legal thing. They would just say, fuck it, we'd rather throw all this shit away. We'd rather burn that product than perhaps having one person to try to come at us for $10 million.
Yeah, which
Right.
will happen.
You know, it always happens. That's what I
And
told
that's
you.
what's gonna happen with this. Like, some guy's gonna be eating like some kind of Chinese food that he doesn't understand. He's gonna be like Chinese food leftovers, and some asshole with a peanut allergy is gonna flip his shit. And then,
That's the thing. It's too many. Somewhere along the lines, in terms of history, like the balance shifted. There's always been underhanded people that was trying to get over on motherfuckers, but it was like so far and few in between. But then the balance shifted to where it's like it's more underhanded motherfuckers than good motherfuckers, and good motherfuckers are getting shitted on so much by underhanded people. They're like, well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If motherfuckers gonna keep trying to get me, I'm gonna get you before you get me, type shit. And it just makes for a fucked up ass world.
Yeah.
But okay, so back to this headline. Would you ever eat someone's leftover food
If I had to, shit, hell yeah.
if you had to?
Yeah,
But
I
it strikes me that the people that have to aren't going to have a phone that will allow them to have an app.
everyone's got a phone.
Everybody got
Yeah.
a phone. You see these homeless motherfuckers out here, you got a charger. You know, house, what you talking about? I ain't got a charger.
Right?
There's a lot of truth.
I met
Yeah.
a homeless guy with an iPhone 8 or whatever it was. Like,
Well, I mean, he's homeless because of the iPhone 8.
I mean, let me tell you, it's I'm I'm becoming a conspiracy theorist and shit, man. To where it's like I don't give a fuck how poor you are. You're gonna be connected to the Matrix some motherfucking how. You're gonna want to get outside of it eventually. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you can kind of choose to be in or out of it, but you know what I'm saying? It's not really a consuming thing, but eventually it will be. You know, because I just went to my apartment complex today, and I was telling them I wasn't gonna sign my lease. And there was an old lady in there, and she didn't have an email. And they looked at her like, what type of motherfucker don't have an email? You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes to where you have to be plugged in to just do daily shit. So eventually everybody is going to have a phone. I don't give a fuck how, whatever you are. You know what I'm saying? How much money you don't have. You'll have to be connected to the Matrix somehow.
Has anybody in this room ever seen that anime original, not the one that came out, Ghost in the Shell?
yes.
I've watched it. Yeah.
I mean, that's basically where we're at, is everything that is us uploaded into some central cloud.
Yep.
That can be manipulated, and I mean,
Well, they're trying right now, and I think they're on their way of downloading consciousness into like different bodies and stuff like that. They're gonna eventually unlock it. You know, we're gonna, like I say, we're gonna eventually outsmart ourselves. That's how we're gonna go. It ain't gonna be no flood. Ain't nobody coming back.
I actually think you're right.
We
is
gonna
that we'll-
outdo ourselves. We either gonna run out of resources or we gonna do something that's gonna fuck ourselves up.
Like Cape Town?
What's Cape Town?
Cape Town, South Africa, they ran out of water.
Oh yeah.
The whole city ran out of water. A city
Yeah.
like the size of Denver ran out of water.
Uh-huh.
Why do you, dude? Why do you think? I'm telling you right now, and it's if I pay attention to everything, there's so much genetic research that's coming out. All of this shit that they've been working on for centuries, now they're releasing. Like they're not releasing the what they found out. They're releasing like this shit that they found way back in the day, but now they're releasing because like we know what we need to know about it now. We're moving on because so now the public can know about the shit. And it's some like I'm telling. I don't know if y'all seen the shit I've been showing on my page where they found in these like near immortal creatures, to where their genetics allow them to recreate their cells, regrow limbs.
Yeah. When it hits like a certain temperature, it freezes into like
Yeah.
a crystal state,
Yeah.
and it just stay like that for like thousands and thousands of years. And then once it like hits that thawing temperature, it comes back to life. It's like microscopic,
Yeah,
but it is a fucking like
They
a
have
thing that
ways
lives.
now to where if
trying
you
to
know
remember
you're
the
going to
name.
have a baby, they can fuck with the DNA now. So they give you the baby that you want. You want blue eyes? We give you blue eyes. You want this high? You want this? They can fuck with genetics like that of babies before they're born type shit.
good,
Huh?
good. Get rid of that fucking crying on airplanes gene. Get rid of that, like, fucking.
What is going on? Why are you so angry? Why are you angry right man today?
Adjusting. So when their parents, when those babies are parents, they say, "I'm not going to bring my kids to horror movies." Like, we need to change that shit. I'm all for fucking genetic manipulation.
No, we just say, I don't know why we just can't say no children under this age in the movies. That's it. If your baby is in a fucking carriage, if that motherfucker can't walk on its own, it should be in a motherfucking movie theater. And this should only be age appropriate. Like it's like nobody wants to say you can't do this. I see Dude, I was fucking driving past a high school. These little girls have so much makeup and shit on. Because you can't tell them no. Because they're expressing themselves. No, little bitch, you can't have this shit on. You look like a hooker.
But my big issue with children is, okay, if a parent, say you're going to see some R-rated horror movie, and you see a parent in there bringing a kid of any age, 10 or
Ooh,
under.
I pipe up every time.
And I usually say something like, that's a terrible idea. Like, I'll just say that as I walk by and be like, that's a terrible idea. And they'll always be like, well, I shouldn't be, I should be able to go see the movies that I want to see. It's like, yes, you also made the decision to have a child. And now you're making a decision that affects all 300 fucking people in this theater.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
It's a selfish
Unless
thing, yeah.
you get to ask every fucking one of us, can I bring my kid in? And that's what you should have to do. Can I bring my kid into this R-rated
No,
scary
you
thing?
shouldn't be allowed to bring them in.
No,
there.
humiliate the fuck out of them. They
No,
gotta
you
fucking
ain't got
ask,
to-
and when one person says no,
Nah.
they'd be like, "Why no?" It's like, sorry,
Nah,
no,
'cause
get the fuck out.
Because you can't do that. Because motherfucker gonna take it overboard. Just make a rule. You can't. If your kids of this age, you cannot bring them into this movie.
The ACLU will get it. You're discriminating against children.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck that.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to be able to say no. It's always a discrimination thing because everybody wants to do what the fuck they want to do. That's all it is. Everybody wants to do what the fuck they want to do. So then they make it a social issue, and then it's like, oh, you can't tell them to. But it makes no sense. Why would you want to bring your child into an R-rated movie? It's gonna fuck 'em
because
up.
you're a fucking retard.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just people.
Like, as a parent, I never took my kids to an inappropriate movie. Like,
No, it's just
Because you shouldn't.
yeah,
for
it's
a lot
common
of-
sense. But if people can't think on the level of common sense, then yeah, there should be fucking laws in place.
Well, then you're making.
Maybe not laws, but at least fucking rules.
It's
Like,
like I say, but this is the
if
thing.
you can't show ID that says you're 17, you don't get into a rated R movie.
They should make rated
Period.
R. They should make rated R, like take rated R and PG-13 and merge them together, being like, you can come in if you want, bring your child, but that child has to be 13 years old.
No, I think R should be literally NC-17 because NC-17 is that rule where parent or
yeah.
not, a 17-year-old or less is not getting into this movie. That's how NC-17 works. Whereas R is people under 18 not recommended, so they can come in as long as they're with a parent. Granted, none of this is like legally binding, but if I can make it that way, it's like, I know this is an R-rated movie and you have a 4-year-old with you. No, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Pay for daycare. Like, what's the theater up in Northfield has a fucking daycare center to
There you go.
shove your
Bam.
kids into a ball pit for your 2.5 hours.
There you go. Everybody put a daycare center there. Should be mandatory.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean,
Yep. There you go.
No, fuck that. None of that shit existed when my kids were that young. I just didn't get to go to the movie theater anymore.
that's the decision you make.
That's when my
Well-
DVD collection grew
Well-
exponentially.
You gotta change the times though. Now it is what it is. That's why motherfucking taxis are going out of business because they didn't want to change when Uber came around. So now they going out of business. So if you want to compete with everybody else, put a motherfucking ball pit in that bitch. Somebody will watch some kids and they ain't gonna rape them.
That's the hard part. Trying to find it.
Ooh, I want to know if they've figured out genetics where they can like remove sociopathic behavior and stuff.
I'd be for that.
I don't think anybody's willing to acknowledge that mental shit could be genetic. That's the big nature over nurture, and I feel like people aren't fucking with that because I think it
No, I
messes
think-
with God. Honestly, I think because nobody talks about that. They're like, oh, we can make,
Well,
like
no,
you
they
said, you
do
can have
have-
blue eyes. We can get rid of like inherent diseases, but nobody's talking about like we can develop a kid that
No,
doesn't
you
have
can-
ADD.
Mental
Like,
illness, mental illness can be a genetic thing. You can have a history of mental illness.
A history, but
Yeah.
they don't acknowledge that it's genetically passed on. They still
I mean, but
go
that's what
with
it means.
nature.
A history of it. That's why they track it, just because it can be passed down. You have a history of it. This is like the history of heart disease or whatever. You're more prone to have it if you have a history of it. So it's like a genetics thing.
But they still look like okay.
Ooh,
so
see, I was told that you're more likely to have it because you grew up in an environment where that type of mental disease existed.
correct.
Like my mom, like as an adult, in hindsight, my mom has been batshit crazy my whole life, But I couldn't figure that out until I found out
Was
that
she
I
being
was
batshit crazy, or was she being woman crazy?
A little bit of both.
See, that's what you gotta realize. Now that I'm an adult and I look back at a lot of my mom's behavior, I'm like, she was just being a woman. She was being emotional.
Oh, but
shit
and
about
there's
shit.
like there's shit like that for sure. But there's also shit that just wasn't
Like
right,
crazy
like
shit.
behavioral patterns and fucking like.
No, and that's what I agree, because they tend to say, like, okay, alcoholism is a good example. But I think a lot of that just has to do with the environment you're brought up in. Like, I can absolutely look for myself and say, I probably drink more than I should, but I grew up in a household where there was a lot more drinking than there should have been. Did I grow up in an abusive kind of environment? No. But when, like, 4 or 5 bottles of wine are going down a night between two people, that develops, you sort of look at drinking a different way.
Like you think it's normal.
You just sort of like,
Yeah,
you get
smart
home
way.
from fucking work and you pour yourself a fucking vodka martini, you drink that, and then you drink like 8 glasses of wine, fall asleep, and repeat.
No,
And it's not, there's not a negative connotation to that. If you get beat and shit for it, whole different story, because that happens. But, I mean, it's just normal.
I did find it weird when I went over like a friend's house when I was a kid, and he opened his fridge, and I'm like, you guys don't have a fuckload of beer inside of your fridge? Is this not? Is my family fucking up? Like, like it was always a shitload of beer in the house. It just this was. My dad drank a lot. This is what it was. Plus, my whole family, my dude, any woman out married in whatever. We're talking like legit bloodline. I mean, and I love them. And I'm saying this out of respect and kind of a little bit of fear. They're fucking insane, and you don't fuck with them. You do not fuck with them. They will fuck you up.
You don't fuck
Physically.
with Hamill women? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
the women are fucking intense, and they don't fuck around. Like, they're the kind of girls that light your car on fire because they thought you cheated on them.
So they're crazy. is what
They're
I'm saying.
fucking insane. But, like,
fucking women.
but, you know, being related to them, you're fine. But, like, if you ever get involved with them and you fuck them over in some way, ooh, boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
like some
boy.
chick. Yeah, women are like the last chick I was fucking with. Man, she was so fucking intense, like just on a million, and I'm just like, bitch, what is wrong with you? Like, for real, it was too much. You know what I'm saying? But the pussy was so good. Oh, it was so good. Oh, this shit was so motherfucking good, man. That bitch was.
Can we all agree that crazy pussy's just better than...
It's
It
just
is,
that-
hands down.
because because all that crazy transfers into sexual energy, and it's just next level good. That's it.
Phenomenal.
It's
Phenomenal.
just it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You just know it. The more dick you give her, the crazier she gonna get.
I learned at a young age that I can like date out of my league appearance wise if I'm willing to deal with a higher level of crazy.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a.
Oh yeah,
counterbalance.
the prettier she is. I tell motherfucker, it is hard work to have a bad bitch. To have a bitch that everybody want.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, that's a headache. I don't give. It's just a headache. I don't want to say you as loyal as your options, but if you know you got a lot of options, you just tend to be a little bit more wicked with that shit. Especially with women. You know what I'm saying? You get a motherfucker, get you one of them. I feel bad for motherfuckers that date them like Instagram models and
Yeah.
shit. Motherfuckers with 1 million followers.
Yeah.
You one dude and you compete against 1 million. Man, fuck that shit.
Okay, so, Bear, craziest bitch, any story there? Like, or is it just general, oh my God, it's impossible to deal with?
I mean, there's a reason that all of my relationships have ended.
Is it your intolerance for crazy?
I don't know, man. Like, now that I'm understanding how, like, off-center I am, there's a lot of factors. Like, hindsight's 20/20. We'll see how it turns out in the future.
Would you avoid crazy in the future?
Probably not, man.
If you can harness crazy, because that's what I was trying to do last time. I was trying to harness it, and it's just like you just gotta. If you're gonna try to harness crazy, you know you gotta just deal with some of the fallouts. And I can't deal with these fallouts. I couldn't deal with it. But if you can harness crazy, if you can get a crazy chick and learn to harness that crazy, that's a good girl to have because they loyal to a fault. Because they crazy than the motherfucker. They fixate on you. Like they are just like you are enough. You are the universe to them. So they fixated on you. So they loyal as fuck. So if you can somehow harness that shit, they good chicks to have, but like it's just you, boy. It's like
It's
you
a tricky line.
flying
It's a
close to the
tricky
sun.
line.
Yeah.
You flying too close to the sun.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
So I was sort of waiting
'Cause,
to
like,
get
I
to
literally-
Hamill on this
Dude,
one.
I literally, sometimes I would think like, Joe, I think this bitch might kill me in my sleep. Like for real, I
Yeah.
would think,
No,
like,
yeah.
I'm legitimate. Like this bitch might fuck me. Like she
And
might
then you
have
start
a.
questioning, like, do I really love her, or do I just have like an adrenaline issue?
Hamill, you're
gone.
currently
Yeah,
going down the.
Well, okay, yeah, and sort of, kind of. I don't. Fucking Jesus! I don't want to blow this up too badly because I'm actually.
I'm not
Yeah.
suggesting that you do, but okay, let's keep
I
it
like
very
how
generic.
Hamill talked for like 30 seconds,
And
but
said-
didn't get a single
single-
sentence out.
Yeah,
Just
just-
like a bunch of syllables.
It's just because I'm like my brain is malfunctioning. No,
So you got crazy in your life right now.
y-
What
y-
is your inclination in dealing with that?
Here's the thing, right? Like with her, it's like when she's real with me, it's like it's awesome. It's like it's like it's something great. But I know you're gonna fucking.
Just wait. We're all gonna wait.
Armstrong is
I will
going to-
pile on it here. in a
Armstrong
second.
is going to emotionally put me through a fucking table in about 5 seconds. He's gonna be like, "Man, fuck you, man." No, but like, also like the way she looks, the way she. I mean, it's just fucking insane. It just hits a lot of boxes.
No, she's super sexy.
Yeah, and like, but she does some shit where you're just like, what are you fucking like? She got mad at me because I got mad that she slept at a dude's house one night, and I was like, she's like, nothing happened. I go, but you were there. Like, did you make what? Like, you know, and then.
I need to hand out notepads so you can take notes.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
No, he knows he's got a master's degree. in
Oh,
what the fuck
this has
is.
been building for months, and now I'm just gonna get it out
Oh.
on air.
Okay. Now this is
So continue, Hamill.
fucking damn it. All right.
This story.
This yeah. So we broke up for a while, and then I didn't talk to her for months, and then now we're talking again. And it's just one of those things. I don't know. She's a fucking. It's like she's a goddamn siren, and I can't fucking. I float up to her, and then my boat bottoms out, and I'm like, ah, fuck, and then she's not there. So I don't know. It's weird.
So this is the hottest piece of tale that Hamill's had to date. This is what I believe. Hamill hasn't told me this, but this is what I believe. And now Hamill is trying to figure out how much bullshit he's willing to put up with
Yeah.
to keep being able to hit that. Basically, Hamill is testing the water to see how crazy he's willing to go right now.
Hamill need to turn that big freakishly weird dick he got in, because God bless this white man with a dick. This motherfucker just give. Why you let these bitches? Why? What the? Dude, let me tell you something. Stop being so self-conscious, man. You can get some more pussy. Stop bending to the wheels. That is exactly what Bill said.
It's
she
and
hot.
like if she was just crazy, I would be on board. I'd be like, Hamill, it's a fun ride. Hold on tight, like a rodeo. But she is like just honestly a shitty person.
and that's it. And Hamill is willing to deal with that to get that monkey. That's it. That's all it is. When you
But
you
it
get
still
tired
sucks
of it,
to see your best friend just like I'm just gonna keep stepping on this rake.
yeah, because that's how we are. We don't listen to shit, man. We just go keep. When he learn his lesson, he'll get done. When he learns lesson, you gotta learn how to flip that type of shit on a person. When you got a motherfucker that's arrogant, because she knows she got you.
oh yeah, no,
She
totally.
knows she got you.
Totally.
So you just flip that shit on her ass somehow. Goddamn it, I don't know it, but shit.
Yeah. Man, oh man, yeah, no, that's yeah, it's a blast. It's a fucking hoot.
Donkey punch her next time you fucking. For real. Accidentally, of course. Don't do it on purpose.
Yeah, allegedly.
How do you accidentally donkey punch someone?
It was so good.
Sneeze, it'd be like achoo, and then it's fucking.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Or headbutter. Just missionary just come down real quick. Just boom. Oh damn, my bad, baby, my bad. I didn't mean to do that, bitch.
I like pinning him against a wall or into a headboard.
Oh, damn.
Jesus.
See, I don't know how much dick y'all got. You got it, like getting by the nape. I get them by the nape of the neck and hold their ass down
Boom.
to the motherfucking. Treat them rough, centrally rough, of course.
Like Caesar Milan with those dogs. Where he's like,
Yes,
like that.
that is a good girl.
You must let them know who is in charge.
Oh fuck!
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Wouldn't it be great if that's what getting a girlfriend was like? Like, you get a trainer, shows up, gives her basic commands. You will do this. If not, he's going to pop your choker.
Final test is taking her around other bitches, and if she doesn't attack any of them, then
You literally hire someone to socialize your female.
oh my god, that show would, dude. You think Lady Doritos fucking got annihilated on social media? You put that fucking idea out there.
We kind of have to create this show.
on Spike TV.
It's like people be so horrified. They'll be like, no, it's a joke.
That
And
would
it's
be
like,
so dope. Go get the ball.
Good girl. Good girl.
No.
You break out peanut butter, she gets nervous.
Mexican police find tiger cubs sent by express mail.
That sounds pretty Mexican.
Like, for real.
I was just about to say, that sounds okay. It's Mexico, motherfucker. you know, I was just thinking about the religious people when they be like, when something terrible happens in America, they're like, oh my God, the end is coming. I'm like, do you know this happens every day in some foreign, like third world country? Like literally every fucking day. You talk that people just kill me with the. I don't want to go on a religious rant. They just get on my nerve right now.
Yeah, let's save the
How can
religion
you
rant for when we
afford
do
a
the
tiger
conspiracy
cub?
rant.
Huh?
What?
How can you afford a tiger cub but then not spring for decent
Dude, that's
transport?
the cartel, man. It's Mexico.
They're probably this is like their test run before they send out like about 20 kilos
Right.
of coke.
I'm about to say,
That
probably
raises a
cocaine.
hell of a good
The
question.
fucking tiger probably made out of cocaine. You probably snort the tiger.
Yeah, what was the purpose of sending the tiger cub? That either had to be payment for something, because it wasn't just about smuggling a tiger cub. It was sort of like, I'll give you this, but you got to send me a tiger cub.
It probably was some Looney Tune acne shit. They probably sent the cub. Everybody over there patting the cub and shit. It's 1,000 Mexicans just walking right behind them with cocaine and shit while they patting the cub. This is Looney Tunes, man. It's Looney Tunes. Tiger cub.
Like Mo Sislak moving that goddamn killer whale. Remember that? Yeah, from The Simpsons when they were fucking. Yeah,
Going across like the woods.
Yeah,
and it's like, go back, go back, go back.
There's also the one where he lets the pandas loose from the back room.
All right, this is going to be a chat.
oh boy.
Student, 21, flushed her emotional support hamster down the toilet and drowned it after Spirit Airlines banned it from traveling with her, and now she's suing.
For what? $12 for another hamster?
Please-
No, for
wait,
her
no,
motions.
No. That's not Looney Tunes to you.
So what? Now
That's
they're
not
gonna
Looney Tunes.
No, that's fucking. That's
now they're gonna figure
Looney
out
Tunes.
like how much your emotions are worth in a cash market.
It's preposterous.
Dude, this
This bitch doesn't need a support animal. It doesn't need to be a hamster. She doesn't need to fly with the motherfucker. Like, leave your pets at home.
that's
That
Looney
is
Tunes.
retarded.
Man.
Did you hear about that asshole that got popped with a peacock on a flight?
Yeah, we talked about last
That
time.
was last week. That's why I put this one in. I'm like, let's see how far we can go with this shit.
That's Looney Tunes.
It's crazy.
Where the fuck you get a peacock from?
The zoo.
That's Looney Tunes. That's you trying to
Same
get all
people
that
you get a tiger cub from.
It's Looney Tunes.
So I did see a follow-up article on this, which was written by a black gentleman talking about how white this story is. And I can't argue this, because this person that's 21 that has an emotional support hamster, which means she got a hamster and found some way to get it classified as support so she could take it wherever the fuck she wants, went to take a plane ride And when the cheapest airline on the face of the planet said no, the ticket was still more expensive than her emotional attachment and the cost of replacement of her hamster. So she killed it and said, fuck it, I'm still getting on the flight. Otherwise, she would have been like, fuck you, left, and filed a lawsuit saying I couldn't get on the plane. This bitch flew. She got on the plane just without her hamster.
Like, that is some sellout shit.
And also,
how
to-
are you
to
going to
this-
claim that they're like...
Do
and
that
now
with a
I'm gonna
golden
sue?
retriever.
That would be fucking hilarious. Just stomping a fucking. Come on, get the fuck down the toilet. Just trying to get golden retriever down the shitter, like it's drugs.
Or that peacock from last week.
Trying to ship a peacock in the shitter.
Sorry, I stomped on you, Bear.
We should. Oh man, that should be a good sketch. We have a girl just bring a dog up there, and they're like, "Sorry, ma'am, we can't have the dog." She just looks down at the dog and just kneels down, grabs it around his neck, and just chokes it right there. And she just shh, no, shh. Okay, I'm ready to go now. It just gets on the flight. Oh, white privilege.
That is.
I hate that we live in a world where emotional support animals exist. All that is white people that don't want to leave their dog at home.
No.
And then some other weirdo is like, dude, if they can do it with dogs, I can do it with this.
Yeah.
No, we talked about this. It's people that want something around companionship that can't tell them that you fucking up. That's all it is. It's a motherfucker that just they don't want anybody that's gonna judge them, so they look at animals like you can't judge me because you're an animal. They don't. How can you have an emotional support anything when you got people around?
So my question then becomes, let's take race and all that shit out of it. Every emotional support animal that I have encountered in real life and in media has been a female's animal. I've not yet come across in real life or on the line a guy having an emotional support animal. I've yet to.
I work at the hospital, so I see it all the time.
Really? Mm-hmm. I mean, I could see like my hunting
People bring
dog
their
being-
support animals into the hospital?
Yeah,
Isn't that like a sanitation concern?
they can take them anywhere.
You know, all you have to do to get one of those is like get your psychiatrist to sign a note.
Yeah. Same thing about when weed lights came out. Just go, your back hurt. Give me a script. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is ridiculous.
I know, but
I
think it-
hate this world.
I think it's a good thing, but yet at the same time, it's gone to the point where it's just ridiculous now. You know,
You know what I want to know? Whoever's like you were talking about last week, you'll never get to him, you'll die before you get to him or whatever. But whoever is pulling the strings on some of this shit, like that's a fascinating mindset. Because like 10 years ago, this shit would have never happened.
Well, no, I think because you got it changes. It's really just it really is a cycle. Now it's at the point to where everyone's indulging in just indulging in things. We have so much shit to just get lost in that we really don't give a fuck. You see how quickly we forget about shit now, man? Because it's just on to the next thing. This is the way they're doing us, and it's just a constant thing. And now we're back to free sex and drugs type of a scenario. You know what I'm saying? And it's just going to get pushed through. You're not going to affect them. They've been through that. They've had a chance to witness human nature at its finest, so they know we're just going to keep going through the same things. They just give us what we want, and we're distracted. They don't have to do anything. People like, oh, you're distracting me. No, they don't. They're just giving you what you want. You're distracting yourself. You can concentrate on whatever you want to concentrate on if you really want to concentrate on that. But if you see a flashing light over here, you're like, ooh, flashing light, that's just you.
Right.
They don't have to do anything direct to you. They just give you what you want, and you just indulge in it. And they can do what the fuck they want to do because you're down here indulging in whatever you want to indulge in, and you're not really worried about shit. No one's worried about anything. No, you can't give a fuck about everything that's going on in the world, and that's what you realize.
I think that my biggest problem with this and things like it is we used to come in a world where, you know what, if some girl wanted to bring her hamster on a plane, that really wasn't a problem. It was just sort of like, cool, that's what she needs, you know.
but you wouldn't advertise it though.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like a whole thing. She doesn't need a designation that this is an emotional support. It's because we've got so much litigation that has happened in this world to create all this precedent and laws around stuff because somewhere over the last 50 years of commercial airline traffic, somebody was just like, I was allergic to the dog next to me and I sued. So now it needs to be a whole thing. Because one person, the 0.001% of the population was just like, I'm more important than anybody else. And that's how our entire society is going. This is why I'm a libertarian, because the fundamental idea of libertarians is get rid of all the laws. If it's not in the Constitution, let's just fucking get rid of them and start from scratch and figure out how society works, because you know what? Society works. We don't need fucking laws to tell us how to interact with other fucking people. Like, I can't if I didn't know you and I came up to you or anybody else in this room and said something, there's always a chance that you'd be like, fuck you, that's discriminatory. And now all of a sudden, like, because I was on airport property, now I can get, the airport gets sued because they allowed me in the building to say that to you. Like, that can happen. That's my fucking problem. This would never have happened. Nobody would have been like, yeah, keep it in a cage. I don't want a fucking rodent running around the plane, but
you'll have, somebody will always fuck the system. And you'll have to put things to safeguard against those type of people. It's just like I say, we're at a point to where there's more underhanded people that's always looking to get over. Like, it's never just a oops, my bad. It's always the I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's like people have got to the point to where they can't handle shit without litigation, but it's like they made it that way. They made it that way, and it's like people piss me off because they do shit and then they go to the government and they ask for help, and the government comes up with whatever is going to work out best for them, but it's going to seem like it's going to solve whatever your problem is, and then you realize that it don't solve shit. It's whatever works best for them and keeps you in some moderate form of line.
yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what everything gets fucked up. Ideas are beautiful. People fuck ideas up. Every time you have a beautiful idea, someone's going to be up there like, how can I use this to acquire money and power and use people? Nothing is done righteously. It's always to get over on another motherfucker. It pisses me off that, like, there's no more competition anymore. No more competition. Everybody's like, I'm just going to stamp you out before you even become a threat, or I'm just going to knock you completely out the game. I look at all these rappers and shit now that don't want to, like, they want to do like this celebrity rap battle, but nobody wants to do it because nobody wants to lose. And I'm just like, if you the best, if you say you the best on record, you should have to prove that shit. You shouldn't just be able to say I'm the best. It should be back to the old days to where they used to get together and battle motherfuckers. That's why motherfuckers got the names they got. Like, even if you don't like Jay-Z, motherfuckers respect Jay-Z because when he was coming up, he used to go out, seek motherfuckers out like, I want to rap battle you so I can say I'm better than you. That type of shit. That's man shit. That type of shit ain't done no more.
It's that when you lose, you get the motivation to be stronger.
Exactly.
And if you don't, then you decide you're in the wrong game. Like, hey, it ain't for me. I got fucking buried. I don't have it in me to fucking fight back.
That's why you got so much bullshit in the game, because nobody's saying you can't. You're not talented enough to do this. Some motherfuckers, you just ain't got it. You're wasting everybody's fucking time. You're taking up time and studio space and stage space that could be used to somebody else that has it. You don't have it. But we got to the point to where everybody wants to do everything, and you can't tell a motherfucker that they're not talented to do it. That's why I fuck with China, Joe. They give you your job, what the fuck you gonna do for the rest of your life when you a kid. This is what you good at. That's it. You ain't focused on shit else.
Yeah. It's like I was watching a thing last night. Kevin Garnett interviewed Randy Moss, and Randy Moss is a great high school basketball player. He's amazing. He's actually pretty good. But he went to and that was the same year that Kevin Garnett came out. He went to this huge like McDonald's All-American tournament thing, and he's shooting around with Kevin Garnett. And Kevin Garnett, he shoots a jumper, and fucking Garnett just stuffs the shit out of it, like Superman style. And that's when Randy Moss was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna stick to football. I'm done with basketball. But that's what people need sometimes. I mean, you're getting checked basically. Like, are you good enough to do this? Like, can you overcome this hurdle? And if you can't, then all right, it wasn't meant for you.
No, you got to a point where you couldn't tell kids no.
Yeah.
You can't tell people no, you can't do this. You don't have the thing. So now everything is like, it's so much fucking traffic of a bunch of motherfuckers that don't even need to be out here. And I hate even like on YouTube, on the internet. you got a lot of these internet stars. I like some of these internet dudes. Like the ones I like, I follow on social media. Cause some of these dudes produce some pretty good content. But it's always the motherfuckers that just makes a fool out themselves, or an autistic dude that gets all the shit because motherfuckers laughing at this motherfucker's disability. But you know what I'm saying, and they know they're getting used because you get 3 million viewers. They'll throw some product in your little videos, get you a little cash, get some little, you know what I'm saying, pop up deals. But then they throw you away once your hype go away.
Oh shit! Get your ass in here! Get in here!
What's going on?
Fuck that! Get in here, motherfucker!
Who is it?
D. Kelly just came out the
Oh
motherfucking
shit,
shadows.
D. Kelly.
What's going on, boy?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
We
We
are
are live.
Yeah.
fucking D. Kelly,
D. Kelly in the house.
original vagrant.
Light skinned Casanova.
Ah,
Let's go.
Shout out to my old sound man.
holy shit! You opened for fucking Norton last week, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
How was that?
It was cool. He's cool.
Fuck.
He's actually real laid back. That shit was fun. This show was crazy.
I was very jealous that you got to do that. I was gonna try to get down there. I had to work late. Fuck, How you been, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I see you came up.
That's why I like. That's why I like white dudes. White dudes be so excited to see you and shit, man. You see how excited it is? Only time niggas get that excited when a motherfucker get out of jail. That's the only time you get that type of greeting from a nigga when you just got out of jail.
Right.
Oh,
Made me feel
knock
good.
the camera.
Motherfucker make like a celebrity came with this bitch. This motherfucker, he has been incognito, but y'all ass ain't been around for a minute.
But I met D like fuck in my first like 6 months of living in Denver, working together, and then I discovered like his whole comedy pursuit, and it was like, oh no shit.
He was my manager.
I was his boss.
Oh, Radio Shack?
Yep.
I hired him.
Fancy.
Radio Shack. Y'all the reason they went out of business.
No, Kevin was the last one to work there. I blame Kevin.
Oh, did you hear what happened to Kevin at Radio Shack? Hold on, quick story. Got held up at gunpoint and got arrested. And now he lives in Washington. He's in fucking like Spokane, Washington. He got married, trying to have a kid. Kevin
Completely
A. Fox.
sober.
Right on, Kevin.
Yes.
Who the fuck is Kevin?
Kevin A. Fox.
You know,
No, you
James' old roommate. He got out of comedy before you got out
he
here.
was super angry.
yeah.
See him, man.
White dude?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's-
Like a white dude, like me, white dude.
Yeah.
Later, man.
Always.
Hell
We
yeah.
on the show Saturday together.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
See you then.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
good night.
D. Kelly, everybody.
Sorry, I was glad to see him. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him in a couple of years, so.
So yeah.
Yeah, the computer audio still sucks. I only fixed it on the tablet. I was
That's
hoping that
okay.
would be-
I like how they got the 2 G's and
Yeah.
niggas blotted out on YouTube.
'Cause
Have
you
you
wouldn't know
have
what
you
it
been?
was.
Have you seen the YouTube comments? Oh, I love read through the. Joe, it could be a video of just a baby playing with a flower, like faggot ass baby playing with that motherfucking flower. It's just like what? What the fuck? What the baby do? It's just be so bad.
It's just a place where anyone can hate. That's
It's
all
just
it is.
Some of these people be
YouTube
funny
comments.
though. Some of these people be hilarious in them comment section, man.
But that's why in a previous incarnation of a podcast, I used to use the comments because some of them were so fucking amazing. Where you're just like, all right, based on the comments, can you tell me what's happening in this video? And maybe I'll put that together. It just took me fucking forever, but it was a great bit when I
I'd
did
love
that.
it if you brought it back once.
Okay, maybe we'll do like one video a week.
Yeah,
game for
yeah,
that.
fuck that baby's mother. What?
And it's like a wedding fucking video. You're like, all right.
It's just it's gonna be so funny, man. You know what else is funny? The Amazon
Reviews?
Yep. Hilarious. So bad.
If you ever get
People are
really
funny.
bored, check out the best of Craigslist.
That shit's amazing.
Man,
I have
check
read
that
some
shit out.
truly depraved, funny shit on the best of Craigslist.
Oh man, people out, Joe. People are fucking sick.
Man's rectum falls out as he plays mobile games in toilet for too long.
There's a pre-existing condition if your rectum just falls out while you're on the shitter. You could sit on a toilet for like 4 hours
I mean, I can see your legs falling off, but not.
Yeah,
not your
like
asshole
okay, who's
falling
gotten
off.
the butt hickey? Like where you're sitting on the toilet long enough that when you're finally decide you're done, like the legs don't work. Like it's cut the blood off, but you don't know. Like
your
you don't
legs
have
fall-
the.
Y'all call it a butt hickey?
Well, that's what I've
I've
heard it
never
called.
had to spend that much time on a toilet.
Yeah, but sometimes you get caught up playing games. Like I'm
No,
into
I don't
Candy
take
Crush,
my phone
Deep-
into the bathroom,
Oh,
man.
that's-
What kind of depraved shit is that?
Shit.
Dude, I take my phone in the bathroom all the time. Like all the time.
I don't go to the bathroom without my phone.
Yeah, or something, a read or something.
because otherwise I'm reading the back of conditioner bottles and shit. I'm not. Yeah, I got to do something while
So
I'm shitting.
do you just sit and take a shit and not and look at the wall?
I normally have music going.
But where do you look?
Oh, I don't. I'm just
Hey,
high.
don't this seem like this is an important question? Where do you look? Do you look down?
No, I normally because I have like a master suite,
just sit there
and
like
so
this.
like my toilet sits across from my shower. So normally I stare at my shower curtain.
That's psychopathish, man. You just shitting. You just like you just shit. Hey, James.
Stay with us. We need you.
James, how you just shit like this? You a fucking psycho. Ugh.
It's like that Seinfeld where Putty's on like the 15-hour flight and he's just okay with staring at the back of the seat head in front of him. He's like, no, I'm good.
I don't spend as much time in the bathroom as you guys. I'm assuming.
Here's what happens. I sit down on the shitter, and if I'm like, shit, forgot my phone, immediately I'm like, where's the toothpaste or something? I need to like read about and try to pronounce the words and the ingredients. You're
That's it.
It's not like I'm just staring into space, not having thoughts. Like I'm high all day. There's always something running through my mind. I don't have to read just because I'm sitting on a toilet. Like I sit down, I shit, I wipe, I get up. Like I don't understand why you need to hang out longer than you need to hang out just because you want to play Angry Birds.
so wait, are you one of the,
Which I fucking
Like
totally
I'm the
done.
fucking weirdo because you guys hang out on a fucking toilet for an unnecessary long amount of time.
It's comfortable, man.
How has a toilet ever been comfortable?
It's just.
it's also no, it comes down to it's the one spot nobody will fucking bother you
Yeah.
while you're taking a shit.
Shit.
Well, maybe okay. So here's
And
my
that's
thing:
like-
if I'm
that's
going to
special.
spend that much time in that room
Like,
because
your
I
fucking
can get
cat
away from
won't bother
anything,
you.
I would rather spend that time in the shower.
Can't
What-
argue that. I do that too, but it's like
I'm
you
just
get
saying,
one
like-
shower a day. I could
Fuck
could
that!
roll
I
up
take like
four
four
dumps.
showers a day. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Like,
I take a bath. I like taking baths now.
oh, I can't do a bath, man. I just feel like I'm stewing in my own juices.
Oh, I
That's
do
good.
like every other week. I'll just do like as
That's good.
hot as the water can
Yeah,
be.
put some Epsom salt in there, some of your essential oils, and just
Fuck yes.
you feel
And
good. Dog.
I don't know, man. I
You
don't
sit
fit
there with,
well in
like,
a
a-
bathtub. There is nothing comfortable about that.
You
shit
sit
for
there with
me.
like 2 fingers of whiskey, a bowl, like some music playing. It's like this is the only place I need to be for the next like hour and a half.
Some candles, Joe. I take it real easy.
Yep,
goddamn.
I'll
Put
do
some-
candles.
Put some Isley Brothers on.
Sometimes I'll
Nah,
watch like
I'm all about that like 30-minute shower life.
30 minutes. Come on,
Dude, that shit is rad.
Dude,
that's
that's
where
too
most of
motherfucking
my
long,
best
Joe.
thinking happens. I would do it longer if my hot water heater was up to par.
So
My
you
next
just-
investment is a tankless water heater.
Do you wash
Yeah,
for 30
good
minutes, or
call.
you just stay in there for 30 minutes?
No, like fucking even at 6'5", 300 pounds, like I can wash myself in under 5 minutes head to toe. Like,
Like if you have to
like
go,
the other
yeah.
25 minutes is completely like I shower in the dark. Like I have curtains over my bathroom window. Like I shower in the dark, no light, fucking with music going. Like
I got to see that shit.
That's like some sensory like deprivation
Hell
tank shit.
yeah. Fuck around with
Have
you,
you-
man.
yeah, I love that too. Have you ever done that? A sensory
you?
deprivation
I'm gonna
chamber?
do some shit
Joe
like that.
Rogan raves
Float?
about it. Says that it's great.
Dude, I love it.
Floating?
It is
Yeah.
hands
I know that
down one
shit
of my
will fuck you
favorite
up,
things
like,
ever.
To get high or get on mushrooms. and
They
do
tell you
that
to do
shit.
it sober the first time, just like so you know what you're fucking.
I mean,
'cause
I
it-
went and dabbed out of my mind, but like I wasn't on mushrooms or anything. I'm gonna do it on mushrooms. Believe that.
Damn.
you got to read the reviews because you want to find a spot. Because like I've had friends that do it, and they're like, "Oh, the building, like whatever was upstairs or downstairs, was like creating noise, and they could hear that." It's like you want the spot where it's like dead silence, and it's like, "Oh fuck, my mind is allowed to do whatever the fuck it wants." That terrifies me, which is why I haven't done it.
Oh, it's amazing, man. Like after because I signed up for, the first time I went, my sister got me a Groupon for Christmas for like a 90-minute soak. And I was in there and fucking like, it probably took about 40 minutes for my mind to just finally shut the fuck down. And then after that, yeah, man, like the closest thing I can compare it to, like, it's not quite like doing TMT, but like it's definitely like doing mushrooms. Like, once your mind can shut everything down and just fucking go,
Yeah.
dude, that is one of my favorite times ever.
That's kind of like shit. When I be high enough, that's how I be. It's just my thoughts, like nothing else. Like I'm not perceiving anything around me. It's just like whatever I'm thinking about. That's what's going through my mind.
Women are enjoying orgasms in the gym. They are called corgasms.
Good for women.
Women are creeps, man.
I
Just
jerk off like
that.
4 times a day. If women are having O's at the gym, like, I'd probably work out more if I could have an orgasm while I was doing it.
How? What? Is
I'm hoping the audio will work on this.
sounds like it.
Ooh, that's a super
greatest
young Arnold
feeling you can get
Schwarzenegger.
in the gym, or the most satisfying feeling you can get in the gym, is the pump. Let's say you train your biceps. Blood is rushing into your muscles, and that's what we call the pump. Your muscles get a really tight feeling, like your skin is going to explode any minute. You know, it's really tight. It's like somebody blowing air into your muscle. It just blows up, and it feels different. It feels fantastic.
I wonder if there's any like correlation to like those type of voices and how strong motherfuckers are. You remember Mike Tyson? That
It's a
motherfucker
satisfying
crazy motherfucker.
Me as coming
Fucking,
is,
Silver talk
as,
like that
having
shit
sex
too,
with a
boy.
woman and coming. So can you believe how much I am in heaven? I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm
Joe,
getting the
could you
feeling of coming
imagine?
backstage when I pump up, when I pose out in front of 5,000 people, I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night. And that's perfect, right?
Wow! Someone isolate that.
Hey, dude, cut that. Get
I need that as a soundbite in the future.
Totally going on
I
the
am
board.
coming day and night.
Look at that face. That's
Yeah.
a meme, dude.
That's the face of a man who does come day and night.
So can you imagine being fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger back then, dude? Can you imagine that shit, dude? Can you imagine being any celebrity back then, like in the 60s and 70s, where you could do what the fuck you want? Like, it was a time to where you could do what the fuck you wanted to do, and you were so powerful that motherfuckers couldn't do shit with you.
Oh, I'd be dead so fast.
Yo,
So
that
fast.
shit had to be crazy. Like, it ain't
So
like
can
it
you
used to
believe
be.
how much I am in heaven? I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up, when I pose out in front of 5,000 people.
Yeah.
I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night.
Coming day and night. That hair is something magic.
Day and night.
Oh my god!
He's just so stupidly happy. I come day and night. Like Balky. like Balky Bartagamus. I
Yeah.
am coming day and night. Yeah, boy.
I don't even know if I have it in me to run this next headline.
Do it.
Thomas, the blind bisexual goose, to be buried next to partner Henry the Swan.
Wait, hold on. What?
Oh my god, I fucking hate people so much.
What is? I don't. Hold on. Fuck both of them birds. Not because of what they are,
Man,
because
this
of
is
just them being
dumb.
birds.
Just turn away from this bullshit, man. This is just fucking retarded.
What? How do they like? Is this a zoo? Like,
Stop,
I-
just stop
It
trying to
doesn't
figure it out,
matter.
man. Stop
It doesn't
trying-
matter.
Somebody just, god damn it, man.
It's just fucking white people doing white people shit.
I
And I'm
feel like I
over it.
just broke Armstrong. He's just like, I'm
it's just-
done.
This is Looney Tunes, man. I don't nobody see what I'm saying. Like nobody. This is some Looney Tunes shit. A blind bisexual goose. Come on, man.
you say it out loud, it does sound kind of fucking stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Just start saying this shit to yourself, like a blind bisexual goose.
But does that not? Shouldn't it be like Thomas the bisexual goose because he's blind, and a fucking goose.
Okay, terrific.
True, I don't even know how geese fuck. So, I don't even know.
I love the thought of some guy having a job where he just decides which animals are gay or bisexual.
Well, the thing is, like, they don't even
Like
know.
someone had to determine it at some point, and that's some guy's fucking occupation. He's like, Bev, I made a real difference at work today. This bisexual goose is gonna set LGBT rights ahead by like 5 minutes. Oh my God, it's dead. Now we have to bury it next to its lover, the bullhorn or whatever the fuck it was. Retarded. Fucking retarded. This is what happens when you let white people create jobs. You know what you need? You need someone to classify these animals, and I think I'm the guy to do it. $55,000 a year, and I'll tell you what every animal wants to bang or not. You know why the pandas never mated? Because they're both gay. Jesus.
Oh man, they're both gay. It's like giraffes are gay, but the thing is that they are the Marlon Brando of animals. They'll fuck anything. They just see a hole and run at it.
Dolphins.
Dolphins the same way. But yeah, I mean, they don't give a shit. They don't have any. They don't really think, oh, I really shouldn't get into this gay relationship with this orangutan. What will Harvey think? That's never going through a gorilla's head. They don't give a fuck. Like, they just do what they do.
Sorry, I just needed to bring this
Oh,
back.
why? Get rid. Fuck God! Stop already.
You know, I realized about like gay shit. Don't be real.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind knowing that like dudes fuck other dudes. It's like I don't like to see like the sex, the compassionate part of it, like holding hands and kissing. That fucks with me right there. Like I can watch two dudes fuck each other and be like, yeah, they just fucking this. They putting their dick somewhere. But like when I see like dudes kissing, I'm like, ugh.
I can almost handle them kissing, but it's like you're right. It's when it's that passionate embrace where it's like you see the emotion behind it.
Yeah, it's like,
that's the part where it's
I'm
just like,
'cause that's when I'm like,
I wasn't prepared for that. I can understand dick and ass.
but that's what made me understand. That's what made
I
me
like how
realize-
both of you are like, I can accept the deviance of it, if you will.
Yeah,
I
no.
just can't handle the fact that they could actually love each other and be
No,
compassionate.
because it's like this. Because that's why I'm saying. Like that's why I say like. I believe if you like that, that's like okay, you gay. But then I also understand that I think like sex is a spectrum. You can have dudes that like to fuck dudes because it's just somewhere to put your dick at and not be gay. But like if you love a man, like you want to kiss him and hold his hand, you're like, hey baby and boo, like you gay, you gay, you like that, you love that motherfucker, you gay. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that way whenever I see any.
So, like
gay-
I said, you're okay with them having sex with each other. You just don't want them to be in love.
No, they can be in love. I'm just saying that's the part that makes because a lot of people are like, oh, two dudes having sex. Like they act like that's the part that gets them. That's not the part that gets me. I'm like they just two fucking dudes. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of agree with you on this because the mechanics of the operation I have no issue with. Like, hey, whatever you want to do with that, fine. I don't care.
I get it. We've all fucked a butt.
I'm pretty sure I've masturbated to tranny porn more than once. So dicks and other dicks I can probably be okay with. But there is something because when you see somebody have that emotional context, it forces a different examination of what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have to sort of say, okay, this person is cradling the back of the head. This person is making out with another dude. And it's the same with girls, honestly. Like, I'll look at it as sexier, but it doesn't change the sort of initial gut reaction of like, I cannot relate to that. I can relate to putting your dick in some warm hole.
Yeah.
I cannot relate to the emotional passion that you're giving this other man. Like and that it's fucking weird, and you just look at it and be like, and I find myself like staring and be like, I don't get it. That's
Man,
It is what it
when you
is.
see something like that, you're just like, that's rad. Those two gay dudes found love, or at
Oh,
least
nah, see,
ecstasy.
You're talking about love like you're a woman. It ain't even like that. I'm just saying it's like it's just a different form of it. Yeah, I get it, Bear. Bear's sensitive to the motherfucker. I be forgetting because this motherfucker like a big ass biker. But Bear's sensitive, man. Yeah. Bear's sensitive.
But you don't. I mean, yes, we all cheer for the fact that everybody's allowed to do that in public and own their fucking existence. Fine. But as an individual, I look at it and be like, I don't relate to that.
It's okay.
At all.
It's okay to say like that's the part that makes me uncomfortable. I don't give a fuck. You could be fucking right in front of me on park, bitch. I'm like, it's just fucking. But like if you sitting there, you're kissing and you hold each other, and the motherfuckers like it laying in your arms and shit. I'm just like, oh, this is uncomfortable. That's the part that makes me uncomfortable. It is what it is.
And which is
I don't give a fuck, but that's the part that's like, ooh.
And there's plenty of people that feel that way when straight couples do that.
Yeah.
That's
Yo.
the whole like public display of affection.
The whole
Like
thing.
people have discomfort with that. I only
People
have,
have discomfort with everything.
Yes.
including emotional support hamsters.
But this is my thing.
God, I
You
hate
should be able
people.
to say, I'm uncomfortable with that, and that go about your business. You should be able to say that and then go about your fucking business instead of trying to tell them what the fuck they should do, and without that person telling you the way you should talk about them. You should be able to express your feelings, have your feelings, and go the fuck on about your business. As long as you ain't hurting nobody or doing shit to nobody, that's fine. This thing, nobody wants to express themselves, and nobody wants to take consideration other people's feelings about what's going on around them, about what they're doing.
Now, see what I do when I run into this situation. I'll walk right up to him and I'll say this.
Stop talking and start sucking.
How long have you been waiting to do that, Hamill?
Fuck here for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna crush and it didn't.
That
too.
shit was so telegraphed.
Hold on. All right, there we go.
did I not put the car crash on there?
There it is. Hey, everybody. What? What are you doing?
I mean, it's gonna have a penis or a vagina if you got to be 18.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
It's not.
What is it? So it's Reddit. Is this Reddit?
That's Reddit. I still haven't learned how to navigate Reddit yet. Every
Dude,
time I try to,
I've tried like twice.
every time I
what
try to
the
start, I'm
fuck?
like, oh my god, what are you doing?
What is this? What the fuck, dude?
So this is an old school bit that was done by radio hosts in the
Yeah.
past, but it's something I want to go down.
Uh-huh.
They created something that was 8-track porn. It was audio only porn.
That's awesome.
So imagine the dialogue from 70s pornos without the visual. Yeah, I'm here to deliver the pizza. Oh, I want you to. It's. And if I could find the audio right now, we would do that.
Oh.
Could you imagine how many truckers are jerking off down the interstate to that shit in like
Motherfuckers
78?
are- man, people are creeps, man. I remember I used to always wonder, cause we used to travel a lot. What's some little houses on the side of the road, the little sex places that be out in the middle for the truckers? You like, how do y'all stay in business out here in the middle of nowhere? Ain't no town around. You just a fucking sex house in the middle of nowhere.
Lot
Motherfucking
lizards.
creepy ass truckers
Yeah.
out there just, dude, just sex is just, man, that shit, it just blows my mind how we are when it comes to sex. Like, we just fucking creeps. We all creeps. Everybody got their creep shit. It just depends on how confident you are to go out there and do what you really want to do. But motherfuckers are creeps. What's some creepy shit you
the
do,
fuck?
James? James, what's your creepy shit? I know you a white dude. Y'all be having the worst creepy
What?
shit.
Huh?
I don't.
What's your creep shit? What do
I
you
don't
do?
know that I do any creepy shit.
What's your creep shit, James? You ain't gonna tell me. Don't matter. What's your creep shit? What's your thing?
Probably light bondage.
Light bondage.
Yeah, like handcuffs.
What's your shit?
My shit is I like to have her beat the shit out of me while we're having sex.
That's what I'm talking about. Some
Yeah.
shit like that.
Like, I wanted to grab my hair. I want her to fucking, grab onto me like she's falling out of a fucking plane. And I want hair pulling. I want all that shit.
I think my problem is that I'm fundamentally like Hamill, like I'm kind of sub, but I wish I were Dom. I fantasize about like fucking throwing a bitch up against the fucking wall.
No, I'm like the way
but
I'm,
I don't.
yeah.
Instead, I'm like, throw me against the wall. Even though I don't do that, but it's like I can totally see that.
Okay.
Oh wait, and I get pegged.
So you get fucked.
Uh huh.
Okay. That's your thing then.
Yeah, God bless you.
I
Like after all that. Oh, and I get pegged.
yeah, like that was the. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Let me get cream too. Nah, motherfucker. That's it. I'm just. I think I'm like super dominant. I just want to see what the fuck I can get away with. So I'll go as far as you let me. I just try to crank it up a little bit every single time until you get to the point like, no. I'm like, okay, that's your limit right there.
Oh man, if you take it slow though, a lot of those limits just erase over small periods.
That's what I'm
of
saying.
time.
Like that's what guys don't understand. Like women are disgusting because that's why I'm fucked up. Because I met when I was young, I used to date older chicks, and I used to have this one chick. She had money, and her and all her friends used to have young dudes that they would just fuck. And one time they had a party, and we all went over there. We all like young 18, 19-year-old dudes, and these chicks like 35, 36 years old. And they have this party and shit, and we just all down there like, what the fuck is going on? They not playing old school ass Isley Brothers shit. We back there, we trying to listen to motherfucking Too Short and shit back then, goddammit. But what was I going with that shit? Oh yeah, but like just like so these motherfuckers had me doing shit. Motherfucker, I was getting my ass ate when I was 18. When nobody eating ass back in the 90s, man? That bitch was a pioneer.
God damn, that's true.
Like, why nobody doing that shit? I'm telling you, man.
I wasn't even brave enough until like 2010 to ask the question.
I'd have had two motherfucking bitches to piss on them. I've had two chicks ask me to do rape fantasies. I've had a cuckold offering.
Wait,
dude,
where somebody was like, breed her. Like that kind of cuckold?
No,
like
it
you were
was-
the bull?
Yeah. I was in Sacramento. I went out there to do some shows with the Real Serious
Game On.
Comedy. And it was this old white couple. And they just looked out of place because you could tell they had money. And this was like a little, little comedy club and shit, right? So I come in, I do my set. Afterwards, the lady approaches me. She's like, hey, great set. We really enjoyed your stuff. She's like, would you like to... First, they was offering to like buy me some drinks. The husband wasn't over there. The way the lady was like, she was like sitting out the beacon. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? She's like, hey, we really enjoyed it, blah, blah, blah. Buy you some drinks. Talk to us right quick. And then I'm like, so I'm really I'm gonna cut out and shit, right? She's like, well, you can come back to our place and have a few drinks, this and the other. And me, I'm the type of motherfucker, I like experiences. So if I get put some shit like this, I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on, right? So and then that's what she was up there like, no, she asked me about being a bull. I didn't know what it was. She asked me, she's like, do you know what it is? And I'm like, no, I thought it was like some racial shit, which I guess it kind of is. But then she broke down. She's up there like, she's like, me and my husband. She gave me the whole spiel. She's like, me and my husband been together for 30 years. We really love each other, but he really gets off on seeing me have sex with black men. She's like, and I really like you, and I'd like to bring you back to our house, and we'll take care of you, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, why y'all kill motherfuckers? I can't take that chance, goddamn it. I'm in Sacramento. If I was in Chicago, baby, but if I was out here, but in Sacramento, I didn't know anybody. I'm like, nah.
Dude, it's a huge fucking thing.
It's a thing. People like this shit.
It ain't my thing, but I watch it where it's like the dude sits there and he's fucking like the white husband is hard as a rock, fucking jacking his shit basically, and he gets off on his like, you gonna breed her? You get like they want the black guy to come inside her, like they get off on this. It's like. There's like a weird submissive element. Is like I am so inferior that I get off on watching somebody do what I can't. Yeah. That's one thing I don't quite get. Although I have had cuckold fantasies, but never with a black guy. Honestly,
no thanks. Nah.
You've never had the thought of like your chick. It's not hot to you to see her getting it in with another guy at all.
No.
Giving a handy.
Nope.
Like reaching down some other dude's pants.
Nope.
But looking you in the eye like, I'm going to fuck the life out of you later.
That's tough, man. Now that's tough. Because you kind of got a point. But yet at the same time, I'd be freaked out at first, like, what the fuck are you doing? I wouldn't be like, yeah. I'd be like, whoa, like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
if
theoretically, there's a conversation that leads up to it first. Like,
but
there's a mutual understanding.
But, like, if that's where it ends and I know she's going to, like, she's going to fucking bombard me like Berlin with her fucking twat, then I'm going to fuck her a bunch, is what I'm saying.
No, look at it this way. You're watching
a bunch.
You're watching 4 people play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to play, and you're looking at it going, I'll beat all these guys. These guys are all terrible.
Yeah.
How great is it when you get that fucking controller in your hand because you're next up, and you could fucking tear them all apart.
You got a point there. You kind of got a point. I'm not.
This is why porn exists.
Yeah, but if it's your Nintendo, why do you gotta wait?
Yeah, exactly. That's the. Yeah. That's the part that I don't.
That's a choice.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
something a motherfucker into.
I don't have a
just-
good retort for that.
Yeah.
Jared. That's a good fucking point.
Yeah.
It's just
Like,
it's just
my
shit.
Nintendo, I'm always
Joe,
on.
it's shit people like. I don't understand like foot fetishes and shit. I don't understand this.
Now-
I don't understand
I
like.
don't get that
If
either.
there's
Like-
a chick at a bar that I see, and she's doing that or whatever, but I barely,
You'll run a train on chick, but just as long as it's not your chick.
No, I mean I would fuck her later if she was down for it. Even if I saw her jerking off a dude, I don't give a fuck. I mean I barely know you. We're just kind of friends, whatever.
So okay, would you run a train on a chick you don't know?
No,
You wouldn't.
I'm not a
on
fan.
a girl
yeah.
you didn't know?
But if you got
Yeah.
offered the opportunity, you'd be like, "No, I'm cool."
How many?
What if you could go first?
Oh wait, no, you were about to ask a question. How many what?
How many dudes are there? Like
What difference does it make?
More than you.
Yeah.
More than you.
more than I don't think I could do it. I don't like. It's just seeing a dick bums me out. Seeing a dick really bums me the fuck out.
Wow,
isolate that.
seeing a dick bums me out.
It really does.
I was like, I don't even look down at mine. It could be blue for all I know. I'll never know. I wash it.
Even your own dick.
No, because I know what that is. It's mine. But like,
I know what that is. It's mine. That is awesome. No. That one
you
doesn't
wa-
concern
do
me.
you
I'm
watch
familiar
porn?
with
oh
that
yeah,
one.
totally. But like, I'm not really focusing on that. Like, if it's there
What are
too
you-
long, like it's like seeing a dude's face for too long in the movie. You're like, fuck. Like I just.